This is the blessing with which Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel just before his death. He said, "The Lord came from Sinai and shone forth from Seir to them. He appeared from Mount Paran and came with some of the holy myriads from his right hand was a fiery law for them. Indeed, you showed love for peoples. All his holy ones are in your hand, for they let themselves be centered at your feet, bearing your utterances." The Torah that Moses commanded us is a legacy for the congregation of Jacob. He was king of Jeshurun whenever the sum total of the people were gathered and the tribes of Israel were together. May Reuben live and not die, and may his people be counted in the number. May this also be for Judah. And he, Moses, said, "O Lord, hearken to Judah's voice and bring him to his people. May his hands do battle for him, and may you be a help against his adversaries." And of Levi he said, "Your Tamim and Urim belong to your pious man, whom you tested at Massah, and whom you tried at the waters of Meribah, who said of his father and his mother, I do not see him. Neither did he recognize his brothers, nor did he know the children. For they observed your word, kept your covenant. They shall teach your ordinances to Jacob, and your Torah to Israel. They shall place incense before you and burn offerings upon your altar. May the Lord bless his army and favorably accept the work of his hands. Strike the loins of those who rise up against him and his enemies, so that they will not recover." And of Benjamin he said, "The Lord's beloved one shall dwell securely beside him. He protects him all day long, and he dwells between his shoulders." And of Joseph he said, "His land shall be blessed by the Lord with the sweetness of the heavens, with dew, and with the deep that lies below. With the sweetness of the produce of the sun, with the sweetness of the moon's yield, with the crops of early mountains, and with the sweetness of perennial hills, with the sweetness of the land and its fullness, and through the contentment of the one who dwells in the thorn bush. May it come upon Joseph's head and upon the crown of the one separated from his brothers. To his firstborn ox is given glory. His horns are the horns of a ram. With them he will gore peoples together throughout all the ends of the earth. These are the myriad of Ephraim, and these are the thousands of Manasseh." And to Zebulun he said, "Rejoice, Zebulun, in your departure, and Issachar in your tents. They will call peoples to the mountain. There they will offer up righteous sacrifices, for they will be nourished by the abundance of the seas, by the treasures hidden in the sand." And of Gad he said, "Blessed is he who grants expanse to Gad. He dwells like a lion, tearing the arm of his prey together with the head. He saw the first portion for himself, because there the portion of the lawgiver is hidden. And he came at the head of the people and did what is righteous for the Lord, what is lawful with Israel." And of Dan he said, "Dan is a young lion streaming from Bashan." And of Naphtali he said, "Naphtali is favorably satisfied and full of the Lord's blessing, possess the sea in the south." And of Asher he said, "May Asher be blessed with sons. He will be pleasing to his brothers and immerse his foot in oil. Your locks are iron and copper, and the days of your old age will be like the days of your youth. Jeshurun, there is none like God. He who rides the heavens is at your assistance, and with his majesty he rides the skies, which are the abode for the God who precedes all, and below are the mighty ones of the world. He expelled the enemy from before you and said, Destroy. Israel dwelt safely and alone as Jacob blessed them. In a land of grain and wine also their heavens will drip dew. Fortunate are you, O Israel, who is like you, O people whose salvation is through the Lord, the shield who helps you, your majestic sword. Your enemies will lie to you, but you will tread upon their heights.